I am in Seattle today. Well, Fremont and then Kirkland, close enough to Seattle. And I'm going to be doing some code reviews this morning. I'm really excited about today's code reviews, and it's not just because I'm wearing my unicorn onesie and I have my stuffed animal with me. Her name is Boo, as always. It's because I think there's actually some kind of cool stuff happening in the Spark stuff, and we're also coming up on code freeze, which we're going to talk about. It looks like there might be something going wrong with my Twitch stream. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to get the comments up on both of my phones respectively so that I can see any questions that people have, because I don't have the frame overlay working in this one just yet. Okay, so I've got chat open on both of my phones respectively, and I'll keep an eye on those as we go. So feel free to stop me with questions. Oh, yeah, okay, let's drag that down so you can see the unicorn. So actually, let's go into live mode, and let's see what I'm talking about, what I mean by code freeze, and why this is important. So Spark project, we're going to go into community, mailing list and resources, and there's the DevThreat here. I am subscribed to it. I just don't want to show you all my email, and this is because like people send me shit. But we can see here that back in the start of July, Reynold was like, hey, what's up? It's been about the length of time, I'm going to increase the font size for y'all, where we normally cut a release. Like 6 months is kind of a long time to go without a release. And it's like, yeah, these are some of the things that we think should be really important to get into the release that aren't in yet. And so people are talking about extending it until 1 week later, August 8th, which is notably Wednesday. Now, spoiler alert, that did not happen, but a lot of really cool things did. There's been a lot of work to get some really cool stuff in. Scala 2.12 support is getting really close. It's not there completely. Here is a Jira for it. There's some data source improvement API stuff. And ooh, this is really bad. Correctness bug fix is super important. And then we have this like high priority thing where it's like, hey, deep learning is really cool, and more or less essentially venture capitalists won't give us more money if we don't tell them that we support deep learning. So we got to do a better job with deep learning, y'all. That's my slightly sarcastic take. And then there's some other correctness things and some stuff in there as well. One of the things which probably is not a blocker, that would be amazing. Oh, if we could get rid of the 2 gig shuffle limit, and that just limits at shuffle. Oh, hey, thanks, I'm glad people see the unicorn. Essentially, if we could get rid of the 2 gig shuffle limit, it would make doing a whole bunch of data processing easier. One of the other things which I think is super important, honestly, I don't think it should block the release, but it is new functionality that I am so incredibly excited about, is the thing from Ryan Blue. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into our Spark PR dashboard, and we're going to get this party started. Oh, damn it. Okay. So one of the tweets is that I just got from a friend is that one of the PRs that I was excited about reviewing actually got merged yesterday. And that's fine. You know, that's actually probably, you know, a very good thing. But there are still some other exciting ones. Yes, thank you. I do my best to look fierce. So these are the PRs that I have into Spark. Ooh, this doesn't merge anymore. So I'm definitely going to update that and take a look at any comments that might exist. And these ones are more or less things that ain't happening anytime soon. They're not super important. This one is probably not happening all that soon. This one could be, but it's failing tests. That one's not going anywhere. Oh, it looks like the thing that I was really excited about from Ryan Blue might have been merged already. And if that's the case, we'll go and take a quick look at that anyways. The other user, dbsci, I think. wrong on that one. Okay, we'll go users. Yeah. Well, let's look at Ryan Blue's open PRs because and DB Sci and DB Sci's open PRs. So DB reached out to me last week, actually, just after the code review session that we did, and asked me to look at his PRs. This isn't showing me his PRs. God damn it. I mean, I guess this is the joy of a third-party dashboard, since we maintain the surface, you know, separately. It's not necessarily up to date. So I'm just going to go and look up DB's PR. Oh, no, okay, it's just really slow. Cool, let's go back and hope it cached the data. That's a no. Oh, I'm not signed in. That's probably part of it. God damn it. There we go. Okay. Refresh. Okay, no refresh button. We'll wait for that to load. In the meantime, we'll go look at Ryan Blue's. Oh, you know, so this one isn't merged. I guess it just doesn't list me as a commenter or something. Whatever. It fails in Jenkins right now. That's bad. But this is a PR that I am very excited about because it is important. It adds a Spark executor PySpark memory limit. We looked at this a little bit last week. We can see here that actually, if we go up here, we can see some of, I think these are my pull requests comments. No, those are Spark QA. Where are my comments? Okay, yeah, so my comments are in here. So yeah, and so, okay, this thing sounds like it's been addressed. That's awesome. The client.scala one, yeah, that's a minor improvement. It's a repeated block, which we refactored. And yeah, that's pretty good. And so this is the main sort of crux of what happened in the review last week, is that reuse worker essentially behaved a little bit differently than Ryan thought when he wrote the PR. But we went back and forth on it a little bit, and he nailed that down, and he got a good understanding of that, which is good because I have like sort of a fuzzy understanding myself. I mean, it's pretty okay. We traced the code together, but I wanted a second person to come to the same understanding, because if we came to different understandings, then I'd want to go back and trace the code again myself. You know, because if it's just, you know, one of us, I don't super trust it. Yeah, this is yarn only, follow on from Mesos and Kubernetes. So this is good. Yes. Here we go. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to take off my fabulous glasses because I can't really read text super well when it's all pink colored. But I do have coffee, and that'll help. Thank God. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this discussion sounds useful. I'm gonna follow up with my thoughts on this. I think that so for how widely applicable this is, there is clear follow-up steps in K8s, which is in K8s. I'm less sure about Mesos, but it seems like anything would benefit from this PR. Would benefit from this, and should have a mechanism for overhead. I think thinking of overhead as unaccounted memory is pretty easy. Is a fairly natural way to think about it. Then if someone doesn't use this Python, this new functionality, Python is unaccounted and needs to fit in the overhead along with anything else, but if they do use it, Python is accounted for. If we look at the configuration settings in K8s and Mesos for Yarn, how do I, no, not for Yarn, for Spark. We can see, let's go find this. I was hoping we were going to get to merge this PRs today. It's not going to happen, but I'm still really excited about this PR, and we can go through it and hopefully maybe give it LGTM overhead. Yeah. We can see that they all have their own idea of overhead. Yeah. Oh, copy part of the table definition. Don't really need that part. I'll go find Kubernetes. It would be in Kubernetes. In K8s, it's not in the release docs, since Python is only being added to, but and then we're going to go ahead to add like overhead. Memory? I don't know. Is it in here? It's called docs running on Kubernetes. Our configuration parameters. Okay, here we go. Actually, let's double check Git branch. Ooh, Git checkout master, clear. Git diff, yeah, whatever. It's not gonna actually impact it. Don't worry about any of those things. They're totally fine. Boop. Yeah, okay, we're relatively up to date. OAuth token. Should be in here. It's the core limit, report interval, secrets, volumes, executor volumes. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, it's just that I was doing a case-sensitive search, and I needed to do a case-insensitive search. Oh well. Yeah, whatever. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Actually, let's save it for now. Let's go and look at the files changed. And go through this. Those configurations moved into the Python runner, which now takes a conf. That sounds pretty reasonable. Yeah, buffer size, yeah, same values. This just moved. TinyNet indentation. Wait. That's 4. Unless we normally do 2. Okay. So if memory.mb is defined, memory MB is conf get PySpark executor memory, and then if so, we divide it by the number of cores. Okay. Okay. So right now we check the total memory limit. If the memory limit that we've been asked is greater than 0, and total memory limit from the comments, though, this was going to be from our discussion, and I thought we were going to do this if there was no limit or the limit requested was lower. Let me go find that, though. Here. Pandas, clients. Okay. This was the one. Copy Sure. Okay. Start review. Let's keep going. And so essentially it's like, yeah, someone might set a resource limit globally, especially like a container type system might set a resource limit for Python based on the amount of memory in the container. But since we're in the JVM, we're running the JVM as well. If there is a limit, but the limit that the user's requested is lower than the limit that is currently set, we should lower the limit. But if the container system set the limit to a lower limit, we should respect the container system. That's more or less the idea. This is an interesting question. This is interesting. My one concern here is probably a little esoteric for mixed language pipelines. This might not behave as desired. So Spark conf get is Python app. I suggest maybe Jira and a to-do comment and a note in the config param that it only applies to Python apps. Oops. To Python apps, not mixed. And that's because I maintain is probably a strong word. I don't actually do a lot of work on it. But one of the things I work on is called Sparkling ML. Oh, and I keep getting this notice that I need to pay GitHub their money. I'll do that very soon. And one of the things that it does is explicitly support calling Python code into Spark from Java and Scala in Spark. And those would probably not have is Python app set. Or actually, I mean, they probably don't, but I could if I know that's what I need to do to get this behavior. But that's all right. And while that's my personal connection to it, there are other commercial vendors who build mixed language notebook solutions as well, and I'm not entirely sure how they would behave over this. Oh, and I got a text from my wife saying the internet's broken. That's not good. Given that I also have a notice from GitHub to pay my bill, it's possible that I use the same expired credit card on both of them. Pardon me 1 second. I'm just going to let her know that our provider name. Because the internet, that shit's important, girl. Somewhere in here. Or it's not. God damn it. I hate phones. Okay, whatever. I'll do that after this review. Okay. Looks fine. Aggregate and pandas exec. No, we can't. Normally, I'm not sure. Let's go take a look at aggregate and pandas exec.scala. Oh, okay. As you can see, I have always like 3 different projects on the go. Aggregate in pandas exec.scala. Okay. Okay, this is on line 146. Okay. Oh, yep, this is inside of an input RDD map partitions. We can't get a Spark context. No, we can't normally. The tests should fail, or we need another test for this part, the arrow code. Cool. And I'll just ping Brian Cutler on this one because he's the one who's done a bunch of work in this space. Yeah, so here, right, okay, let me double check though. This is line, let's double check. Okay, line 140, give or take, I'll cheat sheet 147. Okay, what are we inside of? Yeah, map partitions internal. That's not gonna. Yep. We can't do that. I don't think. Where the fuck is this Spark context coming from though? Batch eval Python. Okay, let's go take a look at batch eval Python exec. How the fuck does this shit compile? I'm confused. So arrow Python runner is passing in a Spark conf. And let's go look back at our first one. Aggregate in pandas exec. So it's the buff size, that shit moved. I think they just want the input RDD conf object. I'm like pretty sure of that. But this, okay, so we pass in Spark context.conf to the arrow Python runner, which is going to be down like here. It takes in a Spark conf. Okay. Which extends batch Python runner, which is going to be probably down. Well, let's add a hint. Yeah. Whatever variable. Extracted outside of the map. RDD also has a conf. It depends on. depends on the SC, which is only defined on the driver. Okay, I mean, that's a start. Yeah, we're not going anywhere, are we, today with this PR? But that's okay. We're making good progress. That conf issue means that this probably hasn't actually been I want to say run with arrow, but it might not have been run as stands, which is unfortunate. But that's how life is sometimes. Okay, cool. So that being said, there was a start at working on this, but it's not running apparently. So that's the thing that we could help debug today. So let's get it in raw mode. And we'll just dump this inside of tests. Deploy, I don't know. Or where's yarn live? All right. Nope, not what I wanted. We'll go ahead and we'll call this base. Okay, so we're actually going to go ahead. It's based on this one, so we'll put it in the same directory. We'll go ahead and copy this code over, and let's see what happens. Shit, I have some unrelated changes. Hold on a second. What branch am I on? Git branch. Git checkout -b, explore, yarn suite. Git add. And we're going to go ahead, git checkout dash. And go back to the Explore Yarn Suite. Just now that I've put those changes there, build SBT, and we're going to do a compile, test compile. Oh, actually, -p yarn compile, test compile. Yarn/test. Ooh, test only. Okay, cool. That'll get started, and I will go and while that's running, because it's a place where we could maybe provide some input and help. I'm not super sure about the Yarn test suite. It's been a while, but let's try it first and see what happens. And then in the meantime, we can go and look at another PR. Let's see where this is at. It still fails. So the answer is to fix the tests. Let's go take a look at if we can maybe provide something a little. Oh, no. Okay, okay. That increased the timeout by 40 minutes. was a timeout. Last time, we can ask Jenkins, retest this, please. And see if it now works. If that isn't working for you, another way we can trigger Jenkins retest is to merge in master or rebase and push. So Jenkins sees a new commit. And that's just, you know, if you're just stuck because, oh, no failures. That looks pretty solid. I'm really excited about that. Did it just run out of time? Yeah. Oh, it said it had test failures, though. Oh, it timed out inside of the PyPy tests. Huh. Well, hard to say. That being said, this, that being said, looking, okay, fuck. My computer is a little slow. Oh, I know. Sorry, friends. I forgot to run this at niceness level 19. Looking at Jenkins, though I can see some things which don't appear to be timeout failures, e.g. Oh, no, let's go, yeah. And then we'll go ahead and turn that into a quote. Let me go ahead and do that. We're going to go back up in here, because I'm pretty sure that, that they changed a thing about the date time stuff. So I could definitely see that change being the cause. Okay, this is the test slice thing. Yeah, so it appears that the slice functionality just still doesn't work. Yeah, it's not great. Okay. Have you run the tests locally? Locally, and do they pass? Yeah, make a list so we can compute its length. So this is streaming.py 9147. So we're going to go over here. So we're going to streaming tests line 224. So yeah, test slice is failing because date time is not iterable. Oh, from parallelize, god damn it. Okay, 224. So this is calling test func. We're going to go and take a look at streaming tests.py and see if we can help out. Here. Python, PySpark, streaming, test.py, underscore test func. So the input here is expected to be so the input here, that's weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, do you have any plans of doing a Spark Codebase walkthrough session? That's a really good idea, Karthik. It's not a thing that I thought about doing, but if you shoot me an email or send me a message on Twitter, I would be happy to do that, and I'll do it as a live stream, but I'll be happy to try and do that at a time which works for you, because I think that would be very useful. And I might do that for Airflow as well, once I get the Airflow code base a little bit under my feet. Thanks for the suggestion. That's really great. Looking at _test_func, it appears that it expects a list of lists for input rather than list. And each list inside of the list of lists represents one time slice of the dstream. Oh yeah, sure. My email, well, my public email address is Holden, HOLDEN, @pigscanfly.ca. That being said, I have 100,000 unread email messages. I do my best to try and keep on top of them. But if you send me something and you think it's important and I don't respond, just send it to me again, and I'll get to it eventually. It's more or less my life motto, is I'll get to it eventually. Yeah. But I'm really excited about this idea. So definitely, please shoot me an email so I don't forget, and we'll find a good time. Sorry, let me know if that helps. Okay, hope that helps. Let me know. Hope that helps. Maybe looking at some of the other tests in the same file could also be of use. If you get stuck, let me know. Cool. So that's progress of a sort. Oh, I like coffee. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. That's good. Okay. So that's one comment on the PR. Hopefully this helps the person resolve this test failure, and that'll be good. Oh yeah, okay, so this one is, okay. Oh yeah, I can't spell for shit. Okay, so this is my own PR. I want to update it before I get too far away, but I definitely do want to finish up the comments on this yarn, on this PySpark PR really quickly first. Sorry. Cool. SQL isn't compiling right now. I don't want to deal with that. The Yarn PySpark suite, that's going to be kind of a mess. Yeah. Let's go down here. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go back to files changed. On the Yarn PySpark suite side, I'm not super sure how to force to create workers. It might be good to have a integration test that can be pointed at a Yarn cluster, at a Yarn cluster checked in with skip, so that when we do a release, we can still test this. Maybe SR Owen has some ideas on the Yarn cluster integration on the Yarn cluster based tests. Yeah, I mean, it's easier to do with the Kubernetes one because they've done a bunch of work for that integration testing there. Cool. So progress, PR is not quite there, but it's getting close. It's exciting. So we'll go ahead, we'll close that one, and we'll go deal with the final one, which is my own PR. And this one's just going to be actually responding to code review comments. And that's because I would like to get my code merged. And the easiest way to make that happen is to respond to code review comments before people forget what the hell you were doing. So git branch, git checkout. Oh, yeah, OK. That's why I wasn't compiling. I'll come back to that other thing if it's if we end up truly stuck. Clear. Okay. Can't spell for shit. So let's go ahead and look up rdd.scala. So I can go back into this line 401. Okay. So I think here we could return a new iterator which wraps iterator and uses this set as a state in order to filter out. Yeah, it's probably true. Can you tell me where did you identify in map partitions that it's doing shuffle to an already shuffled RDD? Yeah, okay, so that's a really great question. And that's more or less comes from way too much experience. Or it comes from thinking, it comes from working on this project for a long time. Essentially, what it is that if we look at the, so map here, what it does, so you can see that in the new code, I have this map partitions with preserves partitioning equals true. And map is, we can think of it as a special case of map partitions, but preserves partitioning is set to false. And what that means is that if we head partition information, after that map is executed, the result does not have any partition information. And reduce by key requires either, well, reduce by key triggers a shuffle. Although actually, yeah, reduce by key triggers a shuffle. If we go look inside of pair rdd functions.scala, reduce by key. So reduce by key, reduce by key triggers a shuffle when there is no known partitioner. That's what's going on here. And so combine by key with class type. And because we do this map first and then a reduce by key, we know that there is not going to be a known partitioner, even if distinct was called on an RDD with a known partitioner. And so this essentially throws away the information, which would then result in a shuffle 100% of the time. While I was working on this PR last week, I think, I don't know, it might have been earlier this week, my sense of time isn't very good. I thought that maybe I could get away with just doing a map partitions to reduce by key, but even if we have a known partitioner, it's not going to be of the right partition type. So it's it wasn't going to work out super great. Although actually maybe it would. Maybe I could do this with just a. I might it might be possible to simplify this new line of code a little bit. I'm trying to think about it, though. If I have a known partitioner, okay. Oh, awesome. I'm glad it's interesting to watch. Okay, so reduce by key, right? Reduce by key says we have to combine all of the values with the same key. And if we don't know where the partitioner, if we don't know what the partition of our data is, then the only way to do that is to do a shuffle. And we can see that that's what happens inside of combine by key with class tag. And because here map will throw away any partitioner information we have, the subsequent call to reduce by key will always do a shuffle. But you can also just like verify it by running it by hand and watching it be sad. And so that's just life. Or say not life. That's like probably the simplest way to verify my intuition from reading the code. But reading the code is how I noticed it was wrong. Sorry, not wrong. It is not incorrect. Suboptimal. There was an opportunity for improvement. That being said, I like this. I like this. Thanks. I like this suggestion. So I'm gonna do that. So we have a mutable hash set. It's not great to use mutation, but that's all right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do iter dot filter lm if set dot, I never remember, Scala mutable hash map. This contains, yeah, cool. This isn't the greatest code style, so I'm going to think about it for a little bit, but we're going to write it first, and then I'll think about making it a little prettier. Else set. Okay. And else. I'm actually curious what the return types are here. What does it return? No, it returns the same hash map. So I could do like an insert. Oh, this is a hash map, not a hash set. Yeah. actually, yeah, here, I think we can just call add, and then I'll, there, yeah, okay. So this becomes simpler. Inner.filter. And this is actually just going to be lm dot. Oh, sorry, set.add. Because it's going to return true if the element was not present yet, in which case we want to keep it, and false otherwise. That being said, no reason not to check. So let's check. Oh shit! I mean, there might be a very good reason not to check, which is I have 1 more minute left for my booking of this conference room, but I think I've got a few minutes of sort of leeway. While that's running, let's go look at the other comments on this PR. Okay, turns out, yeah, partitioner to partitioner. Okay, rdd suite.scala, partition. Okay. Partitioner to partitioner. Yep. Okay. And this is rdd.scala line 399. Already appropriately partitioned with a known partitioner. Thanks. And thanks. Okay. Core test on. God damn it. Okay. Core test only. Dot. So much fun. Surprisingly, my battery isn't yet drained completely, so that's super exciting. Cool. The dependency graph is non-trivial. I should have rebased this on top of master, or merged master in, so it would be closer to the code I'd already compiled earlier, but that's too late now. Too late now. Oh, I forgot to do my intro slides. I'll do those while it's compiling. Let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully before I get kicked out of this conference room, sorry, I keep looking to see if someone's going to come and say it's time for me to get out. But the next reservation wasn't until 11:15, which is also when my next live stream is. And I'll be in another room doing not Spark stuff, just some regular Python coding to get some, I don't remember, just some tooling around some of the live streaming stuff I'm doing improved, because it's there's some things that I do manually right now which are like not exactly a barrel of fun. Okay, so live stream intro deck. I also have this talk feedback survey that I do actually read, and I would love if any of the live stream people were willing to fill it out as well. And it's Holden and Boo's super fun live stream adventures. Hey friends. What are we going to break today? And the answer to that question was, well, we didn't break it, but we're working on Apache Spark. I'm Holden. My preferred pronouns are she or her. It's tattooed on my wrist. It's very useful in the mornings when I'm a little sleepy. And I'm a developer advocate at Google. It's pretty fun. They pay me to work on a bunch of open source stuff and give talks and do this kind of thing. I'm on the Apache Spark PMC. You can think of that as being like a committer, but with tenure. and I've worked at a whole bunch of other places. I'm a co-author of 2 books. I think everyone should buy several copies of each. They are clearly amazing. And in addition to who I am professionally, I am trans, queer, Canadian. I live in America on an H-1B work visa, and that is terrifying these days and part of the leather community. And Boo is my dog. She's awesome. She also uses she, her pronouns and has technically appeared in front of a Texas House committee. She's an author of 2 books, Learning to Bark and High Performance Barking. They're not readily available, but if you can find them, we actually did print a few copies. Okay. Oh god, this compile is not fast. It's not fast at all. We might have to wait on the compile, and I'll do the push later, assuming that my test passes. God damn, this is just not fast. Oh, I'm also running at niceness level 19, aren't I? That would explain part of why it's not so fast. The other part is that my computer's not plugged in, so it's not going to be super blazingly fast. But at least it's compiling core now, right? Yeah, so we're compiling core, so we're not compiling the dependencies. And actually, it's packaging core right now, so that's good. And so the next part is just going to be compiling core test. So we might actually get a chance to run this test and do a git push first. Yeah. If you do want to join me at 11:15, like I said, I will be in another meeting room. Also still dressed as a unicorn, but I'll be doing, come on, scrolly button, live coding for live coding. That's just, that's in 9 minutes and 12 seconds. And it's back when my hair was very, very pink. It has faded a lot. But come join me there, and I'll just be doing some regular Python code. Come on, test cases, compile. I believe in you. I believe in you, little IBM ThinkPad. Let's see if I can find you some electricity to help out. I got the wrong kind of electrical plug. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Okay, USB 3 MacBook. Weird fucking thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, probably USB-C. And, okay. Well, it would appear that my choice of a ThinkPad is not the most common, because that charger's just not here. Okay, cool. We're so close. We just have to compile the test suites, and run them. It's going to be so exciting. I really want to run this test. I'm going to give it until 11:10. We're gonna wait 3 more minutes for this test suite to run. It'll hopefully run. It'll pass. We'll do a git push, and we'll thank these people very much for their input in this PR here. So that comment was 6 hours ago. The other comment was 3 days ago. You know, quickly. If you can get into this back and forth with your PR reviewers, it can more sort of snappily. It can be really good. That being said, I'm not super fast, and I travel a little bit too much to be able to do that. But thankfully, one of the nice things about open source projects and the Apache Foundation is that it's understood that that's while a lot of us are paid to work on it, not everyone has full-time time to dedicate to this work, and so it's okay when it takes us a little bit of time. Cool, and it's going to run the test suite. Spark takes forever to build. It's not just me. Oh no, yeah, no. Spark takes forever for everyone to build. I am only for today. I'm not even building the full thing. I just wanted to build just my own test. Decided that I'm lazy and I would much rather carry something small. Cool. Pretty solid. I'm just going to double check my filter logic because it's I remember it was wired back to used to the word means normally, but then sometimes oh, my computer is really slow. Okay. Yeah, it's only keep true. Except my computer now is garbage fire. Yeah, okay, that's what we want. Okay, cool. So the main thing here is that our distinct with known partitioner does not cause shuffle or past, and that's really what I wanted to double check. So we're good. Let's do a git diff. Partition with a known partitioner. We can work locally. Yeah, that looks good. I'm really thanks for helping me reduce this to just a single pass. Code review and spelling. Git commit dash. Well, let's CR feedback. Reduce number of passes over data from 2 to 1, and fix some spelling issues. Cool. I'm going to do a git push, and that's going to be it. I'm going to go run to my next conference room, wherever that is, and hopefully some of you will join me for some more relaxed Python coding. I've still got my coffee to work on. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been really lovely, and I hope to see you later on today, or even you know, if that doesn't work out for you, maybe you have some real work to do or something in your day. Not that I would ever say that. I'll do some live coding on Monday. In the morning, I'll do some Python. In the afternoon, I'll do some Scala. And in the late afternoon, I might go back and do some more Python in Airflow, sort of dependent on how that's looking. So thank you all for joining me. Have a lovely day, and thanks for chatting.